Learning labs definitely promote the collaborative learning environment.
You can have the biggest impact on student learning by collaborating with others.
Just see it successful in the classroom was really cool.
A learning lab is a place where teachers come together to plan a lesson, and then they go teach the lesson together. So each person is teaching a different part, and all the teachers are watching that. And then they go back down to their central location as a group of teachers and debrief that lesson.
Reading Public Schools started learning labs when they started implementing Illustrative Mathematics a couple of years ago. And it was a way to provide teachers with opportunities to really dive into lesson study and learn from each other and feel supported as they're implementing a new curriculum.
My experience with learning labs has been very positive, especially those early learning labs when we first came into illustrative mathematics, because illustrative math is different than other math curriculums. You're really focusing students on a very few questions. Instead of doing 10 or 20 problems and teaching them one way, you're really getting them to think about mathematics very deeply. It was a different way of teaching.
I think a big part of the learning labs has been reminding teachers of the 5 mathematical practices: anticipate, monitor, select, connect, and sequence. And all of those are a part of the IM lesson. And through the learning labs, I think the goal has been helping teachers see that these are happening consistently.
I went in very nervous because I had never experienced it before, and so I wasn't really sure how the process was going to go. We started off collaborating and talking about what are the strategies that we want to focus on, and then we kind of divvied up which part each person was going to teach. Then we went in and taught it, which was really cool. We got to see each other teach different things in different ways, and then afterwards we got to talk about what went well, what would I do differently next time.
When you unpack a lesson with your colleagues in the learning lab, you definitely internalize it more because you're not just reading it and thinking about this is what I have to get done within this hour. You're talking about different ways to make it happen, and then you remember someone's trick or strategy that they used. One thing that I learned from a colleague at the learning lab was naming a student's work. Someone said something, she gave them a shout out, she wrote their initials up on the board so you could refer back to it, and the student felt so proud about that.
Students really are focused on the math and having really good math conversation. The teachers know when to lean in and they're listening for what the students say so that they can use the students' thoughts to share back and teach from those.
The top is parallel because you can see it's the same distance and equal length.
The more voices you hear, the better. And a big part of problem-based learning with our students is we want everyone to feel that they have a voice. You're walking around, you're listening, and that's that monitoring process. So when you come together and you're selecting for that synthesis, that selecting part is, okay, who do I really want to come up, share their thinking, share their partner's thinking to hone in on this was our goal for this activity.
It helped me to be able to teach students how to have conversations with one another that weren't based on whether, they don't like me because they disagreed with my answer, but rather building a community of learners in which they could make mistakes, they can disagree, and then they can come to a common understanding and help each other learn and grow.
Learning labs is really everything in collaboration. So it's co-planning, it's co-teaching, it's co-reflecting, and it really gets everybody to kind of be working together, and it's a different type of professional learning.
No matter which elementary school students are in Reading, they're all going to get the same experience if we meet together and plan out the lessons and stick with the script, but each putting our own unique twist on it by learning from each other.
Another shift that I've seen with the learning labs is being focused on Massachusetts standards and how that matches with what they're teaching through IM, so they're really aware of what they're doing with the students and the why behind it.
I'm so proud of the teachers in Reading Public Schools. It was a big ask to kind of come together and do something different and take risks in front of each other, and everybody did it with such grace, and we had so much fun, and I think everybody took at least something away from it.
It's really cool for the students to see that us as teachers are also students. And so they're participating in the process of us learning. It's showing that we are all lifelong learners and we can learn from each other. We have so many different learners in the classroom now. Students who maybe have a different first language, or students who have attention struggles. Those kinds of students, if we can find different strategies to help reach those students, we can be so successful.